On first down, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stepping up. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. The big fella. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. 5. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't?
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay.
He would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
To throw is Rodgers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Oh, he sheds himself free. And now look at him go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Call that a 59-yard punt return. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a couple, Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And coming out now, the Broncos.
Give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Option reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. And he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something.
I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually.
Good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run with Lindsey. Still on his feet. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now McManus for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they may knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there.
7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. From the gun, it's Lock. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the running game with Barber. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Winston. And Winston lost the football, but fortunately he's able to nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Set, ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here's Lindsey. Still going. Room here to run. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
Philip Lindsey, 88 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes
That's a smart man. You know what else? I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Barber, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, Winston. And Winston lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's going to float this over the... And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jake Butt, 36 yards. As
It's helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Set. 10-2 soft. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Please grip.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Fights through and now a crease. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, 96 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered. All talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. This is Shepard on the catch. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Todd Davis. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get right there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive.